reclined, but when you're reclined, you want to have the soles of your feet on the floor with your knees knocked together. That's just going to allow you to relax your low back in a bit. Let your palms face upward. And take a minute to lift the upper spine up off the floor. So you kind of press into the back of the head and the hips, and then snuggle those shoulder blades up onto your back, and then relax down. So you'll kind of feel like the shoulder blades are tucked up under, and that opens across your chest. And from there, begin to tap into the earth, feeling the mat or the floor underneath your feet. Feeling the shoulder blades and the back of your head. Feel the length of your arms. And just notice the body here. Notice what places might need a bit of softening. Relaxing across the skin of the face between the brows and around the corners of the eyes. Relaxing the teeth and the lips. Feeling a gentle separation there as the tongue drops away from the roof of the mouth. And slowly begin to notice your breath. The gentle rising of your inhale. And the gentle falling of your exhale. After a few natural breath cycles, begin to take your inhale a bit deeper, filling up all the way to the top, and once full, take in one more sip. And exhaling all the way to empty. Once empty, perhaps another whisper of breath could come out of the mouth or the nose. Filling up full and complete, taking in one last sip of air. Releasing out completely empty, one more whisper escapes. And one more full, complete breath in. And full, complete breath out. From here, with your feet still in place, take the arms behind you, stretching them long. Even just doing this, your palms are facing up. Even just doing this, you might feel the shoulders here. We're going to grab hold of the left wrist with the right hand and just start to stretch very gently. Your shoulder blade stays to the floor, over to your right side. Draw through center. And again, very gently over now to your left side, taking hold of that right wrist. And back through center. You'll interlace the hands just above your belly. So taking them above your belly, press the palms up. Squeeze the hands back behind your head, nice and long. Inhale to come up. So you're neutral, hovering right over the belly. Exhale to press back. One more time, inhale up. Now flip your palms so that they face inward and draw your knees into that basket. Just a little bit of rocking here from side to side. Coming to neutral, full stillness here. Take a breath in. And on a breath out, roll your shoulder blades, roll your head up off of the floor, tucking the chin deeply. Feel a little bit of rounding across the cervical spine and the neck. And then slowly release it down. Take a deep breath in. And on your breath out, last time, roll up, squeeze, hold here. And then slowly come up, finding your comfortable seat with legs crossed. We're going to take the arms out like wings, push back through the thumbs. So your palms are facing up, you're pushing back through the thumbs, feeling that stretch across the front of the chest. Nice deep breath into that space. And on a breath out, hook your hands behind you, interlacing your fingers. Knuckles drawing down and back, chest lifting tall. And a gentle fold forward here, taking the pinky side of the hand up behind you, or however deep it will go. Slowly release here, back to neutral. Keeping the hands interlaced, drop the chin to the chest. Just feeling a stretch over the back of the neck. With your hands still interlaced, take the right ear to the right shoulder. You will feel a very deep stretch across the back left side of that trapezius muscle. Dropping the chin through the chest, left ear now left shoulder. And chin dropping down, hands come now behind your head, interlace your fingers, elbows wrapping gently around temples. Feeling that nice deep stretch over the back of your neck. And slowly rise up, arms extend out like wings once again. This time, take your left arm under your right arm, hug your shoulders. You want to imagine that you could wrap right around your shoulder blades. And from there, you're going to push back, rounding your spine. Imagine that you could pull your shoulder blades forward and broaden across that upper back. Inhale, come to neutral, tall spine here. Exhale, round out. Good. Inhale, come to neutral. Exhale, round out. Next inhale, arms rise and open. And on an exhale, right arm under, crossing, round it out. Lifting to neutral, rounding and pressing back. Lifting to neutral, rounding and pressing back. And slowly coming up to neutral, lift the arms and take your right hand behind your back, left hand to your right knee as you come into a twist. Being very mindful that the shoulder blades are dropping down your back here. Rising the arms through center on an inhale, twisting opposite direction now. Left hand behind, right hand across left knee. And slowly rise up through center. Take the hands forward, rolling over the knees, only if that feels comfortable in your body, and coming up onto hands and knees for a tabletop pose. Spread those fingers wide. And start with one cat-cow here. Belly draws down, chest lengthens. Round your spine out. Stay tucked, chin tucked, tailbone tucked. Tailbone presses back slightly. And slowly forward, walk your hands forward, lay all the way to the earth. And take the fingers out, make these little spider legs. So you lift your chest up very slightly from the floor and drop your left shoulder as you twist over your right shoulder. Draw the chest through center, look in the other direction, getting right across the front of the chest and shoulder. Take the other side once again, looking right, coming through and looking left. Taking the arms out in front. You're going to press your forehead to the earth and simply lift the arms up off of the floor. So you're getting the rear deltoid, the posterior deltoid here. Lifting, keeping that forehead down. Release the hands, lift the forehead up, and broaden the chest through the shoulders. So it's like baby seal pose. Release down again, forehead to the earth, lift those hands. Release the palms, slide the palms back slightly. Baby seal pose as you broaden the chest. Now taking the hands underneath your shoulders, thumbs by the ribs, curl your toes under, come through tabletop and up and back to your first down dog. Now start to pedal out your down dog here, starting to feel the backs of your legs open up. And then settle into stillness. And think about your shoulders drawing toward your waist. So your shoulder blades drawing toward your waist. Let your head hang super heavy. And then slowly take your gaze forward to your thumbs and walk up to meet your hands. Lengthening up here, halfway lift. Take the arms out again like wings. Press up and back through the palms and rise to stand. Lifting, hook your thumbs overhead. So my thumbs are hooked. I'm going to reach up and over to my right side. Inhale to come through center. And as you exhale, take it over to your left side. Good. Inhale to come through center. And as you exhale, fold it forward. Taking a deep breath in, halfway lift here. Plant those hands and step it back to plank pose. We're going to do scapular push-ups here. So scapular push-ups can be done from plank or from tabletop. You're going to drop your chest through the shoulders, no bend in the elbows, and then push the blades apart. Draw them together off the back, push them onto the back, pull them apart. Drop and push. One more time. Drop and push. Bend your knees, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back just enough to shorten your stance and take your right hand into the center of the mat. Your left hand will reach back for the right leg under your body, and you're going to take the gaze underneath that right arm. Just feeling that stretch across the shoulders, little twist into the waist. Left hand will come to center now. Right hand back to left leg. And slowly back, walking out your dog to its natural length. And then sending the feet to the top of the mat. Lengthen here again, halfway lift. Spreading those arms open, weight comes into your heels as you rise all the way up. Take the hands down through center chest and sit low. Interlace your fingers, press your palms forward and up. Chin tucking very slightly like you're holding onto a grapefruit, just to lengthen the back of your neck. Hold for 3, for 2, and on 1. Fold forward, opposite elbow to opposite hand, hanging here in ragdoll. Take the fingertips down to the earth, step your left foot back. Fingertips stay to the earth as you bend your right knee, coming into a low lunge supported on fingertips. Pushing back through that left heel and forward through your right shin. And plant your left palm to the earth as you open up the right shoulder into a twist. Now we're going to circle the hand around the front of the knee. Circle, forward 3 times. And then you're going to switch directions, circling back to open up that shoulder. Last time here. Frame the foot, planting those hands, and step it right back to your down dog. Deep breath in here. Full breath out. And then walk up to the top of the mat. Lengthening up, halfway lift. Release into your seat immediately. Take the hands to center chest, push the palms to touch. So you're pushing actively through those hands, drawing the shoulder blades down the back and strengthening up the shoulder girdle. Good. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Touch your fingertips to the earth and send your right leg back. Push back through your heel, forward through your left shin, and feel that nice deep stretch over the legs. Planting your right hand, open up through the left as you take your twist. And then frame that foot, step back, plank pose this time, or tabletop, 4 scapular push-ups. Dropping the chest, broadening the back. Dropping the chest, broadening the back. 2 more, drop and broaden, drop and broaden, knees to the earth. Walk your hips back right over your knees and walk your hands forward for happy puppy. Slowly drop onto your forearms, coming down on your belly, coming into Sphinx pose. So your forearms are planted to the earth and you're going to draw your chest forward through your shoulders, broadening your collarbones. Now if you feel this compressing through your low back, pull your navel into your spine a bit, activating the belly, and that should neutralize the low spine. Now tense your fingers only if it feels okay on your back. You lift the elbows up, coming into seal pose. And then slowly lower all the way to the earth. Draw your hands back underneath your shoulders, thumbs by your ribs. Curl your toes. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg high up behind us. Bend the knee, peel the hip open. And slowly step your right toes to your right thumb as you seal the left heel down, coming to stand in warrior one. Sweeping the arms up. Open up into cactus arms. Pull the elbows back. Nice deep breath in here. Full breath out. Interlace your hands behind the back. Simply draw the knuckles down and back and lift the chest tall, holding here, opening across the chest, squeezing the blades as if you're holding a pencil between your shoulder blades. Take your hands to your hips, peel that back heel up. Again, you're going to dive down over that right leg, pressing back through your left heel, forward through your right shin. Plant your left hand, reach up, take the twist. Hand can come to small of back this time, rolling shoulder open now that we're a bit more open and warm. And then plant the hand, step back, plank pose. Rock to the tips of your toes and lower all the way to the earth. Tops of feet to the earth as you lengthen your chest up and broaden the collarbones, cobra pose. And then up and back with the hips, downward facing dog. Inhaling, left leg rises as we bend the knee, the hip peels open. As you exhale, left toe, step to left thumb, root into the earth, rise. This time, your palms are going to touch, your thumbs are going to come, I'm going to come down so you can see me, to the nape of the neck. And you're going to lift up here. Just feeling that open across the triceps. Release the hands behind the back. Interlace, lift your chest, open up. And then slowly release your hands, dive forward. Take the right heel up and send the heel back and your left shin forward. Plant into the right hand, twist open. Again, hand can come to small of back if that feels right. Slowly take the hand down, step it back. Scapular push-ups here, 3 of them this time. Drop and broaden. Drop and broaden. Last one, drop and broaden. Knees to the earth. Walk the hands out. Happy puppy. Come all the way down onto your belly. We're going to take, I call it X-Men pose. So the arms are going to come out, the legs are going to come out. You're going to look like the letter X. On a breath in, you're going to lift up. And on a breath out, you're going to draw the hands together. Open and close. 2 more. Open and close. Last time, open and close. Make a pillow with your forearms. Rest your forehead in, windshield wiper your knees from side to side. Relaxing those legs down. Take the hands beside your ribs. Come up through tabletop to your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg high, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. And as you exhale, step it through. Warrior one once again. Lift your arms as you rise. And on an exhale, draw into cactus arms. Inhale, rise. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, rise. On an exhale, hands interlace behind your back. Knuckles draw down, chest lifts up. You can stay right here as we did before, or this time maybe take humbled warrior. Drawing down. So this is where we wring out the shoulders, just like we did when we were seated at the beginning of the session. Release that rise up. Frame your foot and step back to plank. Roll to the tips of your toes, lower to the earth, lengthen to cobra, and send the hips up and back. Inhale to take the left leg up, bending the knee, peeling the hip open. Sending left toes to left thumb, warrior one, sweeping the arms. Again, we're gonna open into cactus. Sweep the arms up on our breath in. Open. Inhale up. Last time, you're gonna come down and back, interlace. Again, staying here or finding your humbled warrior, your choice. Slowly rise, reach the arms up. Frame that foot, step back to plank, 3 scapular push-ups. Drop and broaden. Drop and broaden. Drop, broaden, knees hit the floor, happy puppy. This time in your happy puppy, only if it feels okay on your shoulders, let the palms touch. Bend your elbows and send the thumbs to the nape of the neck. And slowly release the hands, come all the way down onto your belly. Right arm will extend out. Left arm is going to thread under the right. You're going to press the right hand forward, the left arm to the right. Only come as far as you can without rolling off to the side of the shoulder. So you want to be able to keep the chest square to the earth, and you will feel compression in the chest and shoulder junction and stretch across the back of the deltoid on the left side. Slide that right hand back, unthread the left arm and take it out to the side. Your right hand will come by your rib cage, and you can roll now to your left hip. Now feeling opening across the chest and shoulder junction and compression through the posterior deltoid in the back. Coming right back through center onto the belly, slide the left hand in front, thread your right arm under, and take them forward through left to the left with the right hand. Again, squaring the chest to the floor, just enough to feel compression inside and stretch outside. Slide that left hand back so that you can unthread. Take the right arm out to the side, left hand by your ribs, and roll open. And slowly come back through center. Take the hands by your ribs, come up through tabletop to downward facing dog. Letting the head hang heavy here. Lift that right leg up, bend the knee, peel the hip open. And step through, this time crescent lunge, back heel high. So your toes of both feet face forward, sweep your arms up. Again, we're pressing back through that left heel, forward through the right shin. This time the hands are going to come down through center chest and we're going to hinge forward from our hips. You're going to take a twist here. You can take it open or you can take it closed, having the elbow tuck outside of that right knee. Wherever you are, we've done all of the work to get us here. So if the hands are pressed, you're rolling out, ringing through the spine. From here, take your gaze forward to your big toe and step up to a twisted chair pose. Just keeping it interesting for you tonight. Sweep the arms up, stay seated, and then fold over, grabbing opposite elbow to opposite hand, hanging here, ragdoll. Lengthen up here, halfway lift. Plant those hands as you step back to plank. This time, 2 scapular push-ups. Drop and broaden, drop and broaden. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up on a breath in, bend the knee, peel the hip open. Send that left foot to your left thumb, rising up, crescent lunge, arms sweep up. Find your foundation first, pressing forward through your shin, back through your heel, and draw the hands through center chest. Slowly hinge forward from the hips. You can stay here or you can twist, perhaps opening the arms or hooking elbow to knee. Wherever you are, belly is drawing in as you ring out from the spine. You're going to take your gaze forward to your big toe. Step your right foot to meet your left foot, seated, twist. This time you're going to rise all the way through center, come to stand, and slowly fold. Lengthen here, halfway lift. Plant those hands, step back, plank pose. Taking the knees down, walking your hands back, so standing onto your knees now. And taking your hands behind you to your imaginary back pockets. You'll roll the upper arm bones back, lift the chest toward the chin, and just take a tiny little back bend here. Little camel pose, baby camel. Slowly drop down into a seat, sitting down onto your heels. Keep your right hand behind you, take your left hand to your outer thigh, find a twist. Come back through center, twist other direction, left hand to the small of the back, right hand across left thigh. And slowly back through center, rise the arms, rise up onto the knees. Take the hands through center chest. We're going to try something, curl your toes. I haven't done this in a while. But we're going to sit back onto curled toes. And then only if it's good on your knees, you can just rise to stand. You're going to try and stand. Okay, so it's like supposed to be one smooth movement. Might not be tonight. So once you come to stand, you're going to lift the arms out, again, like the T, like wings, right? And take your left arm under your right arm. I'm just going to come down so you can see me. Once you're there, you can either wrap for a hug like we did when we were seated, or you can find eagle wrap where your forearms wrap up, okay? And then from standing, you're simply going to sit low in a chair. Wherever you are, the elbows are rising, the shoulder blades are broadening. And slowly press to stand. Sweep right arm under left arm, either hug or take your eagle wrap. Sit your hips low. And slowly rise to stand. Beautiful. Take your hands down, folding forward, lengthen up, halfway lift. Taking your fingers to tented, step your left foot back and right foot between your hands. Like I had to adjust because I was in the middle of my mat. Again, press forward through the shin, back through the heel. From here, left hand plant. We've been doing this. Right arm will reach. Hand will come to the small of your back. Roll your shoulder open. Pull the belly into the spine. Option to come to tented fingertips. Pull the belly into the spine. Option to come to left elbow outside of right knee. So now you're in a twist. And you just kind of have your left palm up like you're going to carry a tray of drinks. Maybe later, right? And then slowly rise both arms, crescent lunge. Take your hands to center chest, bend both knees, and step up. Sweep the arms, fold forward, lengthen up halfway here, tent those fingers, send the right leg back behind you. Back heel tries to root, it won't, and then left shin forward. Plant your right hand, twist up through the left shoulder. Hand can come to small of back. You can stay right here the entire time, or pull the navel in and tent your fingers. Next, pull the navel in and come up to twist. Breathing. And then slowly we rise, crescent lunge. Take the hands down through center chest and step up. Sweep those arms, breathe in. Fold it forward, breathe out. Lengthening up, halfway lift. Plant those hands, step it back, plank pose. Drop your knees, walk it forward, happy puppy. Hips stay over the knees. You should feel a little bit deeper through happy puppy tonight, or at this point, I should say. And then slowly come all the way down onto your belly one last time. So now the body's really warm and we can very safely get into the trapezius muscles with a yin pose or a passive pose. Your forearms are going to be down to the floor, parallel. Let the upper arm bones come up to the earlobes and let the head drop heavy. You might need to adjust the elbows in toward one another, out toward the front of your mat, or back toward the body to feel the deepest sensation here. You should feel as if somebody is kind of kneading those trapezius muscles, the muscles between the tips of your shoulders and your earlobes. As if a heavy wet towel is hanging on a wire hanger. Take a minute to see if perhaps your head can drop even deeper. And then slowly rise up. Walk your hands under your shoulders as your chest draws down. Come up through tabletop pose to a comfortable seat, taking your right foot in front of your left foot. So you'll come into cross-legged position, but right foot will be forward. Hands are going to come to the fronts of your knees. Push the knees into your hands. Broaden the chest. Good. Keep that length. You're going to rise the arms up. Interlace your fingers, press the palms upward. From here, drop your hands. Your left arm is going to reach up. Palm is going to come between your shoulder blades. Your right hand is going to grab hold of your tricep and push back. From there, take your right arm and bring it behind your back as if you want to touch the fingers together. They may not touch tonight, but you're going to feel a stretch through the front part of your right shoulder and over the tricep of your left arm. Now, release your left arm up, keeping your right hand behind you, and take your left hand to your right ear as you draw the left ear to the shoulder. And slowly release, letting both hands now come down to the knees. Find the nice tall spine again, and give a slight fold forward as you tent the fingertips in front of you. Just breathing here into the hips. We haven't done a lot of hip work, but it's always good to add a little bit of hip work into any practice. Slowly draw the shoulders back over the hips. Switch the cross of the legs, left in front now. Lift those arms up. Interlace your fingers. Press the palms upward and hold. Just feeling that stretch right across the chest. Good, slowly release. You're gonna bend your right elbow, take it behind the back. Take your left hand to your elbow and stretch that tricep. From there, left hand releases and wraps behind your back. So it's basically the thumb comes up and you want the fingertips between the shoulder blades. Okay. My hands just barely touch on this side. So they do not have to touch. You're still getting a stretch. Release your right arm up. Grab hold of your left ear, taking the right ear to the shoulder. Release both hands, sweep the arms up, and tent the fingers in front. Just finding that gentle stretch over the hips once again. And we'll draw back through center. We're going to take the left leg out and take the sole of the right foot down. I'm going to come sideways because this is, everything that we've done has brought us here. So let's take the right hand behind the back. Use it to lift your spine and come tall. Inhale, the left arm will come up. Simple twist here. You're just drawing around that left knee. We're going to be here for a while. You can stay where you are, or you can hook your elbow outside of the knee, and it's going to take you a little bit deeper into that twist. You'll come back through center. Keep the legs as they are. Again, I'm going to turn just a little bit sideways. Left hand now behind your back. Right arm will reach. Let your elbow and shoulder drop inside of that right knee. Use that to take a little bit of a twist here so you can have the knee pressing into the arm and the arm pressing back to the knee. You can stay here, or you can wrap your right hand around your shin and kind of grab underneath, so it's a little half bind. If your left hand will reach, you grab hold and find a bind. What you might need to do to find length in the spine is lift your foot up off of the floor. It gives you a little bit of compression in the hip crease as an added bonus. Releasing that side down. Lean back into your hands and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. Let's take the right leg out. Left knee is bent. Simple twist here. Left hand behind you. Right arm up. Just grab the knee to start. After about 2 breaths here, you're going to take that elbow, only if it feels right, outside of your knee. and slowly draw through center. Right hand behind your back, left arm up, drop deeply inside that knee. Hand can rest on the shin, you can hang out right here. Knee drawing to shoulder. Perhaps you draw around that left leg. Maybe you meet the right hand to the left hand. And maybe you draw that foot up. And slowly release. Unwind here. Take the soles of the feet to the floor and the hands behind you with the fingertips facing backward. You're going to press into the floor with the heels of the hands, press into the floor with the feet, lift up. So this is a reverse tabletop, which normally would be taken with fingertips facing in. If it's too much on the arms, bend the elbows slightly. You should feel it right where chest and shoulders meet. And then lower the hips first and turn the fingertips in. You're going to walk your heels towards your hips towards your heels. Push into the floor with the hands, broaden the chest, and then round the spine. So you're letting that release. Push into the floor, lift and open the chest. Round and release. Now on this last time, come to neutral first. Turn your palms the other way so your fingertips face back. And then lift your chest up and send those hips even closer to the heels. So you'll feel right where the chest and shoulders meet. If you want more sensation, walk the hands back, but don't let the chest collapse down. And slowly walk your forearms to the earth. Send your knees into the chest, lying back, rocking from side to side. With hands to shins, you'll take a deep breath in. And on your breath out, round up. Again, tucking your chin, rounding the back of your upper spine, and try and press that forehead in. Release that down. Take a deep breath in from the floor. And on an exhale, round it up. Holding here, 3, 2, and 1. Release it down. Soles of the feet to the earth. Walking the heels in until you can just touch the sides of the heels with the middle finger. Let the palms roll face up. Press into the earth with your feet. Lift your hips. Bridge pose. No clenching through the glutes. Just press into the heels and lift. Now your shoulders are pretty open, so if it feels okay on the body, you can scoot the blades together, interlace your fingers, and lift up. Nice and tall, nice and deep. And release that back down. Roll 1 vertebrae at a time. Take the knees to touch with the feet wide, and just take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Walk the feet back underneath your knees in line with your hips. 1 more bridge pose here. Rolling up through the hips, perhaps interlacing. If interlacing doesn't feel right, palms just stay open. Shoulder blades are coming toward one another under your body, and you're lifting your hips as high as the body will allow. Slowly, you will lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Knock your knees together. Send the feet as wide as your mat. And take the arms out wide like angel wings. Letting your knees drop over to your right side, even with this wide stance with the feet. So it's just an asymmetrical twist. Come through center with the knees, drop over in the other direction. And come through center. So the next pose we're going to take is a setup for your shoulder stand. Your body is prepared for shoulder stand, but I would recommend having a wall. So I'll show you against my wall. Your feet are going to come to your wall. Actually, your hips are going to come to your wall first, and then you're going to lie back and take your feet to the wall. So your feet take place of the floor. This is bridge, just lifted higher. You're going to push into your wall and lift the hips up. This is shoulder stand. You can hang out here. If you so desire, you can walk the feet up. I'm going to make footprints on my glass here and interlace behind. Now, once you're high enough up, your hands can support your hips, and you can hang out here. Again, bridge pose is your alternative here. If you feel a little bit adventurous, you can take one foot away, and then maybe the other foot joins it. Your choice. Always pressing the head into the floor so that you are opening up the throat for breath. We're here for 3 breaths, either in bridge or modified shoulder stand with feet to the wall, or full shoulder stand. To come down, you simply walk your feet down the wall and then hug your knees right into your chest and rock from side to side. Coming back to your mat, just so that you can stretch your legs out. Your left leg will come down, your right knee will come in. With your left hand on the outside of the right knee, relax the right arm out to the side and take a twist here. So this nice deep twist across the low back. We've been doing a lot of twisting today to get deep into the shoulders. Maybe let the gaze come over your right shoulder. And then come back through center. Extending that right leg down, taking the left knee in, and guiding the knee across the body to the right as the left arm stretches out. Maybe your gaze comes over your shoulder. And we slowly draw back through center. Both knees one more time into the chest. This time circling the knees out 3 times in each direction. As you come through the 3rd circle on the 2nd side, relax your hands and take your legs up. Now, if you were just near a wall for shoulder stand, you can take the wall and let your heels rest against it. If you prefer to just settle into Shavasana at this point, go for it. But having done quite a bit of standing work, it's nice to reverse the blood flow for a few breath cycles. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time as you release. Relax those legs all the way down your mat. Your palms are facing up. Again, you can kind of tuck those shoulder blades. Just feel the opening across your chest when you do that. And settle in here. Finding a deep breath in. And a full open mouth exhale. Feel the body surrender. Feeling the earth rise up to support you. And knowing that you can completely soften and melt into it. slowly begin to bring your body back to awareness, inviting in some gentle movements, perhaps through fingers and toes, finding any final stretches in the body that feel right, rolling off to one side and finding your way up to a comfortable seated position with eyes closed. Allowing the hands to rest on the knees with the palms up, knuckles down. And as we come into our first official day of fall, I'll share the September 22nd entry from Journey to the Heart, which is essentially a journal written by day of the year. Embrace change. You do not have to fear change. What you need to fear, a friend once told me, is things remaining the same. When that happens, life has stopped. Life is an evolution. Your life is constantly, quietly evolving each moment into something new, different, that adds gracefully, beautifully, and perfectly to what was. You can trust that process with all its insights, clarity, confusion, and emotions. You can trust the process that is peace, joy, laughter, and its side trips. Learn to honor and love the process of continual evolution and transformation. It's how we grow. It's how life is. Learn to embrace change. And haven't we had plenty of change in the last 6 months? So as we sit and we reflect on the beginning of a new season and what changes that might bring, we trust the process, and we trust that each moment that we remain present and in our bodies and in our breath, we will learn to persevere through even the darkest times and the most challenging changes. Inhaling, the arms rise. Taking the hands through center chest as you exhale, I'll seal our time together with a single round of Om. Inhaling. Om. Surrendering the head to the heart as you swallow in the back of your throat, raising your thumb knuckles to center forehead. All that is light and love in me honors and shines to all that is light and love in each of you. Thank you for attending. Namaste.